What's up, guys? How are you feeling? How is your heart? How is your mind? How are you doing? I hope this video finds you well. And yeah, I am just out here, growing us and pushing us to be better versions of ourselves. And as you know, this channel is all about growing yourself. As you age, are you improving who you are? Are you proud of who you are becoming? Those are the things to consider when you get into this channel. So if this is the kind of content that you like, make sure to subscribe and spread the word, share with someone out there, so that we are building a whole community of wholesome people who are growing themselves and improving every day. And today's topic, you guys, is just amazing. Today we'll be talking about personal development. And personal development basically is just you analyzing yourself and seeing the areas that you prosper in or what you're good at, and maintaining at it, and looking at the areas that you feel inadequate and trying to see how you can improve yourself, and just basically pushing yourself every day so that when you look back, you're proud of yourself. So that is all personal development is all about. And with that said, we'll go straight to the 5 essentials of personal development. I am loved by the God of all. I am loved. Yes, I am loved. The first one is personal skills. So these ones are just the soft skills that we have every day, the ones that we acquire, the ones that we are born with. There are people who are just good communicators naturally. There are people who are just initiators. They lead, they take initiative in things. If there's a gap somewhere, maybe in you're doing something as a community or as a group, they just run with it and they push people. Those are the people you're talking about as initiators. Or you don't have to be a leader to be an initiator. You can just do something because you see the need for it. Personal skills is you being an innovator, you being a good communicator, you being a problem solver, you being a people person, and these small things that we think come naturally for people. Those are the skills that I'm talking about. And anyone who is trying to grow themselves will look into these things. This is one of the basic things to consider. Are you recognizing the areas that you are good at? Are you looking at the areas that will tell you, by the way, you are such a good leader, you take action, you are hardworking, you are smart. Those things are the ones that you're talking about as personal skills. That's the first thing to think about as you develop yourself. How are your personal skills? And the second thing is personal growth. So this is just you pushing yourself out there and growing yourself in different things. You can grow your communication, you can grow your reading abilities, like always making sure that you have something that you're reading every time. You can grow how you communicate, you can grow different things. Are you a person who is just okay with who you are? You're okay with normal. We are trying to push past being normal, guys. We are trying to push past being ordinary. So when you talk about personal growth, this is one of the very basic and important points of personal development. You need to see that you are growing. People need to look at you and be like, by the way, you're not the same as you were 1 month ago. They need to see a difference. And if you are if you're growing up and growing older and you want to see yourself prosper years from now, like you want to look back and be like, wow, I made a good I made a good decision, I made the right choices. You need to be getting better at growing yourself. You need to improve on your personal growth. That's one of the other things, one of the other essentials of personal development. The other thing that I love on personal development is personal power. And money is associated with power, or the other way around. So when you talk about personal power, what we mean is, what are you surrounding yourself with? Personal power comes with the people around you and money. Those are the two things that influence personal power. And the people that surround you, when people say your network is your net worth, Like, are the people around you building you? Are they, can you say they are a source of power to you? Are they the people who you turn to when you need assistance? Are they the people who grow you to the next level and push you to be better, you know? So who are you surrounding yourself with? If you are considering personal development, you'd need to think about the people that are around you. These are the people who give you power, you know? And with time, the people that surround you, those are the same people who open doors, you know. Those are the people that are used to open doors and give you opportunities. So you need to be very careful when you are looking at personal power. Please consider the people around you, because that's your power. That's where the power comes from. And of course, if you are around a good community and a good network, money comes with it. That's, I don't think even there's there's need to explain that. It goes without saying, because if you have 5 millionaires, I don't remember how that statement goes, but if you have like 5 millionaires around you, you are the 6th person. So yeah, consider the people that surround you, because they are a source of power, and eventually they bring about your personal development. Okay, the other very important aspect of personal development is personal analysis. You know, analysis basically is just doing an evaluation of how far have I come, you know, how have I improved over the past 1 month, how have I grown myself. And when you're doing a personal analysis, you are considering the things that you are good at and pushing at it, and you're looking also at the areas that you're a bit, they need some work, and you are pushing yourself to be better, especially if there are areas that surround your career or the things that you do on a daily basis. So if you are thinking about personal development, please consider analyzing yourself every time. And there are people who do an evaluation every month, you know, of how far they have come. Have they become better at relationships? Have they become better with their finances? Have they become better with how they grasp things? You know, are they better at seeking knowledge? You know, that is all that comes about in personal analysis. And it's a very good point even to pause and think about yourself. And I mean, how much have I grown myself? How much have I improved, you know? So yeah, personal development comes with personal analysis. You need to do an analysis so that you know whether you're moving backwards or forward, you know? Yeah, so consider that as you're thinking about personal development. The last very important point of personal development is personal objectives, the goals that you set for yourself. And are you setting goals for yourself on every aspect of your life, be it finances, be it your spiritual life, be it your relational life, social life? Are you setting goals for yourself? And if you are, how are you holding yourself accountable? Are you sharing with your inner circle so that they can, keep reminding you every time, Dodo, you are supposed to do this? Did you achieve what you had set your mind to do by the end of this month? Did you do this? Did you, such questions are the ones that remind us of our goals and the far that we've come, or if we need to slash some things, or the things that we need to pick up and run with them. So objectives are very important. And if you're growing yourself, if you are considering growing yourself every day, you need to make sure that you have personal objectives. You need to make sure that someone around you knows what you're working towards, so that they can hold you accountable every time. And don't be ashamed if things don't go as you had expected. Sometimes life just happens, and it's okay to accommodate those things as well. So that's the other thing. That's the other important thing to think about when you are developing yourself. Just a recap: we talked about personal skills, we've talked about personal growth, we have talked about personal analysis, we've talked about personal objectives, and the other one is personal power. Yes, those are the 5 basic things you need to know when it comes to self-development or personal development. But with that said, guys, I would want to know, has this thing ever crossed your mind? Is it something that you've ever thought about, or maybe one of the essentials? Which one stood out for you, or which one do you think you have been practicing and yeah, let me know by leaving a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and thank you for those who have. That's all for today. Bye.